10 famous body parts on public display. 1. St. Thomas Aquinas' arm. In the 1270s, Thomas Aquinas founded a Dominican academy. It was located at the monastery of San Domenico Maggiore. The priest supposedly levitated during meditation. Thomas died after falling from a donkey. His left arm was preserved by the monastery. What remains of it is a small fragment of bone. It's kept in a hand-shaped reliquary at the monastery's basilica. 2. Jeremy Bentham's head and skeleton. The English philosopher was mummified after death. His skeleton and head were deliberately preserved. They were put in a wooden cabinet called the autoicon. The skeleton was padded out with hay. It was dressed in Bentham's clothes. The autoicon is displayed at the University College London. The head, however, was disfigured and is locked away. 3. Albert Einstein's brain. Einstein's brain was stolen after his death. In 1955, Dr. Thomas Harvey examined Einstein's body. He took the brain for his private studies. Harvey and the brain were tracked down in 1978. The brain has been dissected. Slices of it are on display at the Mutter Museum in Philadelphia. 4. Wolfgang Amadeus Mozart's skull. Mozart's skull was stolen by a gravedigger. It's not clear what happened to it afterward. 110 years later, it turned up the International Mozarteum Foundation in Salzburg. Tests haven't been able to verify the skull's origin, but it is proudly displayed there to this day. 5. Thomas Edison's last breath. Edison had a close friendship with Henry Ford. They met while Ford worked at Edison's illuminating company. They went camping and raced wheelchairs together. Edison even left Ford a test tube. It supposedly contains one of his last breaths. The breath is on display at the Henry Ford Museum in Dearborn, Michigan. 6. Galileo Galilei's middle finger. Galileo died in 1642, but someone dug him up 95 years later. The grave robber stole a tooth and some fingers. The relics stayed in his family for generations. In 2009, 2 fingers and a tooth turned up at an auction in Italy. They're housed at the Museo di Storia della Scienza in Florence. 7. Ludwig van Beethoven's skull fragments. Beethoven's skull fragments were stolen. The physician who certified his death kept them for himself. The bone pieces passed through several hands. They ended up on loan to the Ira F. Brilliant Center for Beethoven Studies. It displays them at San Jose State University in California. 8. Gautama Buddha's tooth. Siddhartha Gautama became the Buddha in life. After he died, his body was cremated. An early follower took several relics from the ashes. One of them was a tooth. It's now enshrined at the Temple of Sacred Tooth Relic in Kandy, Sri Lanka. 9. Bernadette Soubirous' body. At 14, Bernadette allegedly saw 18 visions of Virgin Mary. The girl lived in Lourdes, France. Mary told Soubirous of a spring with healing powers. People built a shrine on the spot. Lourdes has become a place of pilgrimage. Bernadette was made a Catholic saint. Her body was exhumed and coated in wax. It's displayed in Nevers, France, at Saint Gildar Convent. 10. Tutankhamun's mummy. King Tutankhamun's tomb was discovered in 1922. The tomb held many grave goods. Most of them are now on display at the Grand Egyptian Museum in Giza. However, King Tut's mummy and sarcophagus haven't been moved. They're still on display in the tomb at Luxor's Valley of the Kings.